All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. We're going to go ahead and talk about lesson 7. Um, and This is Monday, if you're watching this, so the 19th. But let's go ahead and get through this and kind of rock and roll through this. You're going to need a calculator for this, absolutely. I'm going to actually use my phone because I can't see that TI-34 multi-view. It's the glare gets me, so my eyes are getting bad. So I just want to share that with you as well. But anyway, let's get rolling here. A measure of variability. All right, a measure of variability. Sorry, I'm on the wrong lesson here. One second here. It is a way of describing how spread out, all right, the data is. It also can be described as how much data deviates, right, from the center, how far it is away, essentially, right? The IQR, or interquartile range, is a measure of variability that splits the data into 4 equal sized quartiles. Quartiles, quarter, 4 of them. It represents the middle 50% of the data. And it can be found by ordering the data from least to greatest, finding the median, the middle number, right? Finding the median of the lower and upper quartiles. All right, so you're going to find the median of the lower half and then the upper half, and then that splits it into 4 sections. To find the IQR, subtracting to find the IQR. So you would subtract the first quartile from the third, and that would give you the spread of the data. Let's go ahead and get started here and talk about this. So the first thing we're going to do is organize from least to greatest, and this takes a little bit of time. And I like to cross them off as I go. So I have 28, 36, 44, right? 59, 66, and 71, and 108. And I cross them off, and I always double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're good. All right. So what is the minimum number? Once I get it, it's clearly $28, right? What is the maximum price? $108. What is the median price? Okay, here we go. Find the median. We're going to find the middle number. Right here's the median, 59. What is the median of the first half? All right, now be careful with this. Okay, we don't use the median. We come to the left of it, and we're going to go right here. So the first quartile, or the median of the first half, is $36. The median of the second half, we don't use 59. We start at 66 and we have $71. What is the IQR? Well, you take 71 and you subtract 36 and you end up with $35. So the range of this is $35, right? And that's important that you understand it. So we organized smallest, biggest, find the middle number, found the middle of the first half, found the middle of the second half to find the IQR, third quartile minus the first. All right. All right. Now we're going to get into some mean absolute deviation, or what we call MAD. All right. This is a fun little thing to do here. All right. So the mean absolute deviation measures the spread of the data in relation to the mean. Right? I always say it's the mean of the mean. It can be found by calculating the mean, right? All right, and let me check my camera here. Ooh, I'm getting a little low there. All right, excellent. Here we are. All right. And then we find the difference between each piece of data and the mean. We take the absolute value, which means the positive or its distance from 0. Sum the deviations and divide by the total number of pieces. So really what you're doing is finding the mean of the mean. This is really confusing, but I'll make it a little bit easier here on the next page. Okay, let's go. Let's jump to it and see what we have here. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, all right, 7 different students were asked. Here's your 7 students. The number of family members in their household. Use the data to complete the table. What is the mean of the data set? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add all these numbers up and we're going to divide by the total number in the set. Okay, so 3 and 2 is 5, 9, 10, 11, 16, 19, 20, 21. So the total value is 21. That's 21. And I'm going to divide 21 by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. 3 is the mean. Now, all right, to find the absolute deviation, we have to subtract these two numbers, all right, clear through. And then you're just going to give its absolute value. So you're just going to write the positive of it down. So 3 minus 3 is 0. All right, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, but we want the absolute value is 1. 4 minus 3 is also 1. 2 minus 3 is negative 1, but we want the absolute value of 1. Okay, 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. And 2 minus 3 is negative 1, but we're going to take the absolute value of that. Okay, now, what do we do next? Well, we find the mean of these numbers, and that is our mean absolute deviation. So we're going to add these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the sum of these numbers is 6. And what we do to find the mean absolute deviation is we take 6 and we're again going to divide it by 7. Why? Because there's 7 numbers in this data set. And when I do that, I end up with 86 hundredths, and I'll write that right there. Okay. So what does that exactly mean? Explain what this means to the size of the family surveyed. Okay, so this means that, all right, the average distance these numbers are from the actual mean is 86 hundredths, which is almost 1, all right, and that's statistical data. So that's what that means, all right. I'm not going to write that because I want to focus on the next problem. Number 3, here we go. First thing we're going to do is find the mean of the data set. Now, these numbers are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to have to use my calculator, all right, on my phone, and I'm going to punch these in right now. Here we go. So I take 15. Can you see me do this? Let me see. Excellent. 15 plus 24 plus 12 plus 32 plus 18 plus 19 equals 120. And I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to divide that 120 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be our mean. So divided by 6 is 20. And there's our mean, 20. Now, how far are these numbers from there? We subtract these two and give its absolute value. So this is 5, 4, 8, 12, 2, and 20 minus, and remember, it's always the positive value. Now, what do we do next? We add these numbers up and divide it again by 7. So let's do that again. This is 9, 9 and 8 is 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. 20 and 12 is 32. Is 32. Okay. Now, we take 32 and we divide it by 6. All right, and if I take that 32 and I divide it by 6, I end up with 5 3/10 repeating. And that is the average distance each one of these numbers are from the mean. 5 3/10 repeating. So does the MAD represent a large or small amount of variability? Right? And that's what it's asking us. Well, I don't know if it's a large amount, but, it does differ a little bit. Look at the difference between the MAD and this one and this one. This was very close. These numbers were clustered very tightly. These are spread out a little bit more, and it shows it through the mean absolute deviation because it's a higher number. So, it does vary a little bit, all right? So it does vary, so we could talk about that, all right? All right, let's go down to number 4 and take a look from there. All right, and here we go. The following data set represents the number of cars running red light at the intersection of Main Street and over a 2-week period. All right, so we want to find the median and the IQR. We don't want the mean absolute deviation, so we need to make sure that we organize it. So the first thing we have to do is get these least to greatest. So here's a 6, 8, and 2 9s. There's an 8 and a 9 and a 9. I want to make sure that you can see me doing this. Excellent. After 9, I have a 10 and an 11. And then after that, there's a 12. No, 13, no. There's a 14 and 2 15s. This is hard, because you'll end up missing one. Then you'll have to go in and plug it in. Okay. After the 15, I have an 18, 19, 20. 18, 19, and 20. And I always cross them off. And then I have a 21. After I do that, you know what I do? I double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're good. All right, let's go. Let's find the median. Here we come. 8, 19, 9, 18, 9, 15, 10, 15, 11, 14, 12. Add these two up and divide by 2. So 12 and 14 is 26, divided by 2 is 13. 13 is our median. Now, to find the IQR, we have to find the median in the bottom half. Remember, we don't use the median. We come up and use that 12, though. Here, 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 and it is 9. All right, we go to 14 and 21. Here, there, and it is 18, right? So to find the IQR, we take 18 minus 9 and get 9, and that is our inner quartile range. So we found the IQR, the median. We found mean absolute deviation. This was quite a lesson here. So it was. All right, guys, go ahead and check the homework out.